At the very beginning, a chilling scene unfolds. Inside a silent classroom, a girl named Miyoko ties a rope around her neck and hangs herself, while 4 classmates stand around, frozen, watching but doing nothing to stop her. Moments later, Miyoko's lifeless body sways in the dim light. Just then, the classroom door bursts open. Yura, Miyoko's best friend, rushes in, desperate to save her. But she's too late. Miyoko is gone. Yura collapses on the floor, sobbing. Through her tears, she suddenly sees Miyoko's spirit appear before her, whispering, "You should have saved me." In that instant, Yura wakes up gasping for breath. It was only a nightmare, but rooted in reality. 10 years earlier, her best friend Mach had taken her own life in the exact same way. Ever since, Yura has been tormented by recurring dreams, each one revealing fragments of a dark secret yet to come to light. Unable to bear the haunting memories any longer, Yura decides to reconnect with her old high school friends, the same 4 figures she has seen standing around Miyoko in her dream. That evening, she meets them. Among them are 2 boys, one named Jutai, and 2 girls, including Jutai's close friend. During the gathering, Yura pulls Jutai aside. Her voice trembles as she asks, "Do you remember Miyo?" Jutai's face stiffens. "No," he replies coldly. "I don't remember any Miyo." Yura presses further, reminding him that they were all classmates once. But Jutai denies it again, this time more firmly. "I told you, I don't remember her." Suddenly, Yura feels a wave of nausea. She stumbles into the bathroom, where a horrifying spirit appears before her. Terrified, she faints. When she regains consciousness, she sees flashes of her childhood memories of Miyoko, the best friend who once gifted her a bracelet as a symbol of their bond. But when Yura fully awakens, she's no longer in the bathroom. Instead, she's inside a moving car, surrounded by her friends. They explain that she fainted and needed rest, assuring her it was just weakness. As the car speeds down the lonely road, one friend drives while the others doze off. Only Yura remains awake. The driver glances at her and softly asks if she's feeling better. Yura doesn't respond. He turns his head and his blood runs cold. Sitting beside him is not Yura, but a terrifying spirit. The screen cuts to black. In the next moment, the entire group find themselves inside the very same classroom from Yura's nightmares. Confused and terrified, they realize all their cell phones are missing. Yura studies the room carefully and whispers that this is their old high school, the exact same classroom where everything began. Slowly, the others begin to remember and agree. But panic sets in when they notice one of their friends is badly injured and can't walk. Tension rises as they try to make sense of what's happening. Then, the story drifts back to the past, revealing Yura's painful memories. Back in high school, Yura longed to be part of the group, but Jutai's friend often bullied her, making her feel unwanted. Miyoko had once told Yura not to lower herself to their level, that she didn't need to be a bully just to fit in. Miyoko urged her to speak to the teacher instead. But Yura, desperate to belong, ignored Miyoko's advice, a choice that would haunt her forever. In the present, the nightmare deepens. Yura suddenly disappears from the classroom. The others believe she has wandered into another room. But when Jutai's friend steps outside, she freezes in terror. Yura is standing there, her eyes completely white. Yura's friend realized that something was terribly wrong. Determined, he declared they must find her. He sent Jutai's friend along with another companion to search. Reluctantly, Jutai's friend stepped out of the classroom and began looking. After some time, she excused herself, saying she needed to go to the washroom. As she entered, she was shocked to find Yura inside, hiding in the corner. But when Jutai's friend stepped out, something horrifying happened. A sharp, stabbing pain tore through her ear. The scene suddenly shifted to the past. One day, in high school, Jutai's friend had slapped Miyoko so violently that blood poured from her ear. From that day forward, Miyoko's hearing in that ear was lost. And the reason for the slap was jealousy. Jutai's friend believed Miyoko had spoken secretly to her crush. Miyoko denied it, but Yura, terrified of Jutai's friend's anger and eager to stay accepted in the group, lied. She claimed Miyoko had spoken to him. That single lie cost Miyoko her dignity and her beating. Back in the present, Miyoko's spirit now appeared beside Jutai's friend. The ghost's voice echoed, though Jutai's friend could hear nothing, only unbearable pain tearing through her ear. Then, out of the shadows, a rusty screwdriver appeared, floating before her. Miyoko's voice whispered, commanding her to drive it into her own ear. Powerless against the spirit's grip, Jutai's friend obeyed, screaming as she plunged the tool deep, collapsing in a pool of blood. Moments later, Yura and her companion arrived, only to find the mangled corpse of Jutai's friend. Trembling, they saw Miyoko's spirit lingering nearby. Overcome with fear, Yura's companion grabbed her hand, dragging her away as they fled the cursed hallway. It became clear now Miyoko's spirit was orchestrating everything. One by one, she was taking revenge. But the nightmare was far from over. Yura's companion led her to an old science lab. Inside, on one of the desks, sat a frog. At once, the story cut to another flashback. Years earlier, that same boy had tried to humiliate Miyoko, forcing her to swallow a frog as a cruel joke. Terrified, she had resisted, but the humiliation never left her. In the present, his punishment began. A sudden gagging sound escaped his throat. His eyes bulged as slimy frogs poured out of his mouth, writhing onto the floor. More and more kept crawling, squirming, spilling out of his body. He screamed in agony, but there was no escape. In desperation, he grabbed the surgical knife and slit open his stomach, frogs spilling out in a grotesque flood. His body fell limp, lifeless. Meanwhile, Jutai himself left the safety of the classroom to search for the others. Yura's remaining companion waited, growing restless. But when he stepped out, he saw Miyoko's spirit standing in the dim classroom, her hollow eyes fixed on him. Terrified, he ran, but stumbled and fell. Darkness engulfed him as Miyoko's spirit dragged his broken body away, ending his life. To understand her fury, another memory surfaced. In their school days, that boy had developed a twisted desire for Miyoko. Knowing she was close to Yura, he manipulated her best friend to lure her into the school gym one night. Yura lied to Miyoko, telling her she had lost the bracelet Miyoko once gifted her. Innocently, Miyoko agreed to help look for it. When they entered the gym, Yura's friend was waiting. He signaled Yura to leave, and tragically, she obeyed. Miyoko was left defenseless, betrayed by the very person she trusted most. Back in the present, Yura collapsed in tears. She begged Miyoko's spirit, "Enough, you've taken revenge on everyone." But the ghost's voice hissed, "Not yet, my vengeance isn't complete." At that moment, Jutai appeared, shaken by what he had witnessed. Sitting beside Yura, he tried to comfort her. Through her tears, Yura admitted, "I keep hearing Miyoko's voice. She's been talking about all of us." Jutai's face turned pale. "What did she say about me?" he asked. And then, a vision revealed the truth. After Miyoko's assault, Jutai had comforted her, becoming a close confidant. They often spent time together, and one day Miyoko noticed he was always drawing. When she asked what he was sketching, Jutai smiled and said, "I'll show you when the time is right." Later, when Miyoko found his sketchbook in the art room, her blood ran cold. Beneath the cloth lay a drawing of Yura's friend harassing her, the very assault she had endured. The revelation cut deep. Jutai had known everything, yet never helped. Worse, he had stood outside the gym that night, hearing her cries, but turned his back. When Miyoko tore his sketches in fury, Jutai only smiled a cruel smile, as though her pain gave him satisfaction. Now, in the present, Miyoko's spirit entered Yura's body, consumed by the ghost's vengeance. Yura seized a sharp blade and drove it into Jutai again and again. His screams echoed through the classroom until silence fell. After his death, Yura stumbled to the rooftop. There, lying on the edge, was the bracelet Miyoko had once given her. Behind her, Miyoko's spirit appeared. Yura fell to her knees, sobbing, apologizing for every betrayal, every mistake. But the ghost's fury had not faded. With hollow eyes and a twisted smile, Miyoko's spirit wrapped her hands around Yura's throat. The final survivor would not escape. By killing Yura, Miyoko's spirit finally avenged the betrayal that had driven her to end her own life. And so, In the end, Yura too was tortured to death at the hands of the very friend she had abandoned. When her lifeless body fell, the rooftop descended into silence. Miyoko's spirit lingered, her hollow eyes softening not with rage, but with sorrow. Her vengeance was complete. The reason for her death had been avenged. At last, her tormented soul began to fade into the darkness. With that, the story ends. Thank you for watching.